We're all going on a summer holiday. Summer holiday for me and you. Oh, it's a good day today. It's kind of my last day of the month. And I'm going on holiday tomorrow. Woohoo! Me on a ship. And Winky making the boat rock. So if the boats are rocking, don't come and knocking.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Happy days, happy days. What we doing? Well, I'm finishing the last gold trade of the month. It is the 20th. I'm not trading anymore, so that's that. I'm going to be seeing what's happening with the wallet, and I'm also going to be doing a quick put my teeth back in, Vanguard update, because that's what this small account does. It tops up that account. So throw the intro and let's crack on. Okay guys, let's flick over into the screens because the first part of this is going to be actually closing this off. Let's just open that up. Oh no. First part of it is actually Wonder Wink. Just a second here. Mm-hmm. You've got no clothes on, have you? She hasn't. She's got no clothes on. Hold on a second. I'll just blank the screen off just half a tick. Because I should do. Right, there's no camera on now. Go on, give us a quick flash.
No.
Go on. Camera's not on. Oh, don't run away.
But there's no milk.
Oh, there'll be milk, all right, when I push it up. Right.
You are disgusting.
Splendid girl, and so helpful. Do you know she's been showing me how to stick the pole up?
See? That's well, one of the things you've got to remember with this channel is nothing is ever scripted. And I was hoping there was nothing on there, but she wasn't playing balls, boys and girls. It's no good. It's no good. It's a hard life being Scruffy, do you know that? It really is.
How does your missus put up with you? Must be my legendary prowess as a lover.
Right, sorry. Have we got rid of the Klingons yet? They must have pissed off by now. What you'll find is at the beginning of videos, I kind of ramble on a little bit just to get rid of the freeloaders and the morons who are looking for magic pills. I have got zero time for them. None whatsoever. Because not one of them's going to make it. So there's no point in them watching this video. When it comes to the trade, I'm always on point. I do not mess around with these trades. Now, I'm actually going to be taking the money out of this bit. So I'm going to take that out there. And I'm going to reposition that onto there. Because it might pop up and come back down. Because we're about to go to 7 o'clock. But what I'm actually doing at this moment in time is looking to get out of the trades. So when that goes for, I don't know, even if it just gets to there, I'll be more than happy. Now, let me explain why. We have in the pot £6. You might be going, woohoo, big spender, whoop-de-doo. Well, whoop-de-doo. I probably have made more off this account than most of you lot.
I'd buy that for $1.
Why? Because most people lose money at trading. And they don't lose money because they're technically stupid. Well, they are technically stupid if you pop by. They lose money because they gamble. And they don't plan anything out. Now, we started this account with £200 in January. I built it up into May and we took over £1,000 out of it because, again, somebody said that it was a fluke. Well, it was running for 5 months. Same account, same trade every day. Bang, 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 bang. Build up. The problem is it takes money to make money. If you haven't got much money, you're not going to make much money. So you're grateful for what you get. You build it up. Small compounds, one after the other. Bang, bang, bang. And then it becomes meaningful. Now, as we were just saying, I've just closed out 241. So if I come over to my sheet, be ready to probably close the other one out as well. Drop 241 into there. This sheet controls everything that I do. I've now achieved the day target, the monetary target. These two together and more than that, which is making my P&L for the month quite healthy. It also means I'm not greedy. Right, there we are. It's 26p. Doesn't look much, but we're going to close it out. Yes, it can run down before anybody shouts. I know that. But day trading is about getting paid. It's not about being a hero, you know. There was something said in our Zoom meeting the other day that I thought was fantastic. And it's a little salute to Perry because it's actually on my wavelength. Don't be a prick for a tick. In other words, if you've been paid, don't try and be greedy. So there we are. Closed it off with 12p. So we've done 612 for the day. 612. That it. Right. Well, let's have a look, see what the scores on the doors are. Switch that off. 7 o'clock. The scores on the doors are, I've now got a payment that will give me £112 for this week. So that small account every week is building up. So I've got a profit share of 112. Now that's going to be going into the Black Bull. Now if you let me log on to Black Bull, I'll kind of explain how that works as well. But let me tell you about the sheet and what we've been looking to achieve. Right. So if I go to my summary, because I'll be setting up for next month as well, we can see we restarted it with 200 in May after we took it off. So I drew the money down into May, took some money out, and we did quite well in May. And what I wanted to do was get it to 500 as a baseline. Now the baseline is what I'm going to start harvesting profits from. So every week I'll take half the profit, so it'll leave a little bit in the account to grow, and then the next week I'll take half of it off again, so again it builds it up a little bit, and we started it with 32. Now this month we've taken 144 out of it, as well as keeping the baseline. And then what I'm looking to do is every time my wallet gets to 250, I'm then going to withdraw the money into a bank account and then put that into the Vanguard. And then I'll show you how the Vanguard's done, which we started this sort of exercise around 2 years ago, and you'll see how much money is now in that Vanguard. Right, so June is complete. I'm quite happy with it. The way it works is every month it rolls over into the next month. So we're going to set that up now. So in July, we're then going to be moving over. So we're up to, well, we were doing 60p, and I was kind of splitting them into 30s, but I could go to 181. So if I flick that over, we need to start putting in what we want. Now we're going to go for 20% growth again. But on this side, we are going to be withdrawing, well, we're just going to be withdrawing 112. Okay, just like so. So that drops down to 112, which will reduce this balance. But it meant the gross we got up to was 868 this month. Okay, and it gives you a running total here as well. So that's what the balance is, my working balance, but that's how much we've grown that 200 by. So, you know, we've done 901 quid. So I don't think that's too bad at all. In fact, we put 701 P&L into it. So we've now got a baseline and it's now harvesting. And this month it paid me 256. Happy days. Okay. So I'm going to take that number, this section here, because I'm going to keep these rules the same. I'm just going to drop that into there. There we go. So I'm keeping the same rules, and we had about 60p for a starting bid. Right, everyone's a winner. So this month I've got to achieve 122 to get what I want. Okay, 20% is that. And then we're going to drop that down into there. So the goal is, we'll call it 123. And we want to do it within 1 month. So we're going to do it in the singular month of July. which will work out at 568 a day. So if you see what we're doing this month, that bit is increased because that bit is increased. And that's all I need to do a day, £5. And it'll get me 122, and then we start the whole process again. So current balance, clean sheet, bingo. Okay, so that bit's done.
Isn't that logical?
What we are looking to do now is we're going to be doing an internal transfer from this account. So if you see down there, 724.53 it's up to, and we're going to take 112 out of it. So let me pull in Black Bull. So this is the wallets. Okay, so we're going to go internal transfer, just like so. Source, well, we're going to take it out of that trading account. Done. And it's 112. And we're going to put it into that Scruffy wallet. Now I do keep a couple of wallets here, because I've got other swing small accounts that runs, and I drop it into the dollars because you often need dollars. So there it is there. Transfer successful. Look at the wallets. It's now at 289. So I can add or I can withdraw funds and put it where I want to go. So if I'm going to withdraw funds, it'll go there. And then I'll use this one here. And I'll be withdrawing it from there. And then it costs you $5 to withdraw. But it'll be 289. And there we go. Right? And then all I'll do is you just go click next.
You're taller than I imagined.
I'm bigger in every department.
That's it. I'm back. Didn't want to show you my bank details for obvious reasons. I do try and keep my accounts private. That includes my trading accounts, because as much as it's nice to see what I'm up to, you should really only concentrate on what you're up to. Now, what that's telling you is it's taking it to the bank of my choice. That's how much is coming in, and that's it. So if I go back to my wallets, this will then go to zero once the transfer is done in a day or so. So that's that. So let me log out of this and I'll log into the Vanguard. There we go. So we logged into the Vanguard. Actually, I've just had an email pop through, which is saying that the Black Bull request has gone through. So there it is there. Just pull that up. There you go. Withdrawal request, international bank transfer. So I'm quite happy with that as well. So everything's a winner. Like I say, everything's live, what you see. Now, I'm quite proud of this because we've been building this up with small accounts, dumping money into it over and over. Now, split it into two versions. It has two portfolios within it. It has a tax-free ISA for those that are living in the UK. And it also has a SIP, which is what I mainly put the money into. And SIP, self-invested pension, because I get a tax benefit for that. Now, the whole portfolio at the moment is just shy of £84,000. It's got personal returns that are doing incredibly well. Now, if I flick it over onto the investments, you'll see that it is steadily making money this month. I'm quite chuffed with that. If we go over onto the performance, you'll see that it's steadily jumping up and up and up, and it's actually running really high at this moment in time. And if we go month to month, you'll see how well it really is doing, because it did have a few blips, but it's got a personal return at this moment in time of 21%. Now, and that takes into account all these little blips, you know, blump, 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 blump. And I think it's growing incredibly well. Now, I'm just going to be dumping money in this each month, because if I do it that way, it's constantly keeping ahead of the game. And not only is it keeping ahead of the game, it just means when I sort of come to retire, there's going to be a massive amount of money here. That one is going to give me a great holiday, and the other is going to set my grandkids up. So what I do each month is I drop it into a direct debit from a bank, and it's split into certain pots. Now, if we look at those pots, it's these. These is what it goes in. I'll kind of explain what they are. I concentrate on these two. The S&P 500 hasn't really lost money in 30 odd years. It has an average return of between 9 and 11% a year. So that's good bread and butter. Now I use it on what's called an accumulation, and the accumulation puts the dividends straight back in the pot. So it's a very cheap, cost-effective way of doing it with little work for myself. And then I do the same thing with what's called an all cap. Now I use the FTSE all cap. Doesn't matter which one you use. It's just a nice, easy one to use. I'm UK based, so kind of was a no-brainer. But it's the principle of buying the haystack, not the needle. I'm not a very good stock picker. I don't like stocks. I'm a technical trader, and that suits me because it just means there's 7,000 companies in there. If there's some low performers, there'll also be high performers, and it'll balance out. So I put a lot of money into that as well. But I'm also quite keen to speculate. So I put money into the global emerging markets. This is things like India and stuff like that, that are just coming up into wealth. That'll naturally make money. And then I have two, what I call risk-off pots. I have a 60, which has most of the money in at the moment. It's based on sort of bonds with 60% shares. So it's less volatile. Yes, it doesn't pay me as much, but because all of the stocks and everything are so high at this moment in time, there's a correction due. So I've kind of turned it into bonds rather than leave it in the stock market. And then there's a little bit in the 80, which is the same one, but it's slightly more volatile with 80% stocks. And then I'll start building these back up, knowing that they're going to go down. And it'll be dollar cost averaging till it gets down to a rough technical point, which for me, I use Fibonacci quite a lot. So once I've seen the weekly charts and the monthly charts come down, so it might take it a year or so, I'll then move the money from here back into these two for it to rise again. Okay, in other words, I'll be buying them a bit cheap. But at the moment, the portfolio is doing incredibly well. I'm really pleased with how it's gone. And that concludes the small account for this month. So it's done, well, I think it's done really well. You know, from the £200 inception, it's now not only paid me back the initial stake of £200, it's actually also now got a building block, a baseline, and the baseline start for this month is 612. So it's increased by 100 quid, and it's paid me. You know, it paid me 256 quid this month. Doesn't sound a lot, but it's a good way to start a holiday. Now, if I did exactly the same for 10 months, that's just bought me a holiday, or it's put 2,500 into that Vanguard, which over time, that 2,500 will turn into more money because it compounds at 20% a year. And that's what I do. Do it all the time. So I hope that helps. If you're stuck, I'm very easy found. If you want to follow the journey on Black Bull, there is a link to it in the comments and description. Do click on it. You'll get a few extras, and you've got excellent 500 to 1 leverage. And if you like prop funds and sort of investment, there's Darwin X in the 5s as well. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.